Good morning class. Last videos we have discussed DNA replication, error in DNA replication, and due to the error how variations occur. Now we are moving towards the next topic. How do the traits or the characteristics get expressed in an organism? Or you have learned DNA, the functional segments, genes express the characters. How is it done? That is what we are going to learn today in very brief. Previously, I have posted a video which was explaining protein synthesis. Actually, you don't have to learn that in detail. Those who are aspirant of medicine, they can go through that video. What is needed for your board exam according to the NCERT syllabus, I am going to draw and explain here. You have already seen the double-stranded DNA molecule along with DNA and protein together make the chromosomes. In a double-stranded DNA molecule, when we talk about how the traits get expressed, first of all, you have to understand the separation of the DNA strands again. But don't get confused. This separation of the DNA strands with the separation of the DNA strands at the time of DNA replication. Both are different. There you have learned the separation of the DNA strands, the paternal and the maternal strands. At the time of replication, the complete length of the DNA strands are replicated. That is happening at the time of cell division. Here I am talking about the separation of the DNA strands for protein synthesis. Here the entire length of the DNA strands are not separated, only the segments, functional segments, you call it genes. These are the genes, the particular segments which have the coded information for a particular character only involved here. So not the point. So as I said, the DNA strands need to be separated. Before also in DNA replication you have learned the DNA strands get separated by the enzyme activities. Here again the separation of these functional segments of these strands or separation of the particular portions of the strands take place by the action of an enzyme. You don't have to learn the name of the enzyme, but for your knowledge I am telling you this is known as RNA polymerase. With the help of an enzyme, RNA polymerase, strands get separated. That is, the particular segments which are responsible for the characteristic get separated. After that, suppose this is the segment or the gene which is responsible for the characteristic, which has the coded information for the characteristic. Now, act as a template to produce an RNA strand. So this is an RNA. RNA ribonucleic acid is made. The ribonucleic acid is made according to the gene in the original strand. So according to the gene instruction, coded information in the gene, an RNA is made. This RNA is known as mRNA or messenger RNA. Let me tell you, these are all not needed for you for the board exam, but it's better you should understand this. mRNA or messenger RNA is made according to the instructions in the gene. This is the nucleus of a cell. I have told you already, mRNA is made, messenger RNA or mRNA is made in the nucleus according to the instruction in the gene. This mRNA is moving out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm through the nuclear pore. You know that the nucleus has nuclear membranes, and through the pores by the protein exporters, you can say. For your knowledge, you just understand, protein exporters help the movement of the messenger RNA from nucleus to the cytoplasm. Now, after reaching the cytoplasm, what happens to the mRNA? The ribosomes, you might have heard about the ribosomes which are floating in the cytoplasm, and some of the ribosomes are still seen attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. What do you call such endoplasmic reticulum? Rough endoplasmic reticulum, isn't it? So here the free ribosomes which are floating in the cytoplasm, these ribosomes bind mRNA. Ribosomes bind mRNA, messenger RNA. You already know ribosomes are the protein factories of the cell. Protein factories. What is protein made up of? Protein is made up of amino acids. You know all this. There are 20 amino acids in our body. Using these amino acids, proteins to be made. Who is helping in bringing these amino acids to ribosome for the making of protein? That is done by tRNA, transfer RNA. tRNA is already present in the cytoplasm. So tRNA brings the amino acids to the ribosomes. So now ribosomes makes protein from the amino acids according to the instruction in the messenger RNA. Remember, messenger RNA has the coded information, accordingly only the proteins are made. It means if that DNA strand, that particular segment of the DNA strand, the gene, what was the coded information, accordingly only the messenger RNA is made, that has come out of the nucleus to the cytoplasm. According to that, means that act as a template for making these proteins, isn't it? So if there is a change in the gene, the RNA will also change, and like that messenger RNA, if changes occur, the proteins made also will be different, isn't it? So this is the story of protein synthesis, which is responsible for a character making. Proteins are responsible for making characters. Proteins make the characters. Let us see how the proteins make the characters. For example, let us talk about a plant, the length of the plant. Suppose we are talking about a baby plant which is supposed to become a very tall plant. In such cases, tallness is the characteristic. Tallness is the trait of or the characteristic, and this tallness is brought by the protein. A particular protein which was made by the ribosome according to the instruction which was in the mRNA, and that was made according to the instructions in the DNA or that functional DNA gene. Now the tall plant. Here the plant height now depending on the amount of a particular plant protein or a plant hormone, you know that. Typically you can say growth hormone. Growth hormone's presence is needed in the plant for the lengthening of the plant body, the tall plant. For that, this particular protein should be present that triggers the making of the growth hormone. This protein will decide how much growth hormone to be produced in the plant body. If more growth hormones are produced, then the plant will be longer. Suppose if the plant was supposed to be a dwarf one, this protein will restrict the amount of growth hormone in the plant body so that the plant will remain dwarf. And the amount of proteins, as we have already said, the amount of protein and the kind of protein in a living organism is decided according to the coded information in the gene of that plant or an organism, isn't it? Like that, all the characteristics are formed by the production of the protein, the amount of the protein or the nature of the protein in the body of an organism. Another example I'll tell you. Another hereditary characteristic. Skin complexion. You know that skin complexion, the Indian skin complexion, we are called brown skinned people. Suppose a very fair person, very fair. You know that if a person is very fair, it means the black pigments in the skin, melanin pigments, are less in their skin. If you have more melanin pigments in your skin, you look darker. So, suppose this is a zygote, and this zygote is going to become a baby who will have a very fair skin complexion, a fair baby. So, in that case, the protein which is present in the child's body, that is each cell of the child's body, will keep always the melanin pigment very less, so that the child will look fair. Understand? This is how the proteins make the characteristics or the traits expressed, and the protein amount and nature will be decided as per the coded information in the genes, that is the functional segments of the DNA which compose the chromosomes.